yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us today. This is Indio on the radio. We've got Candy Cam. She's on here, but she's having some problems logging in. But so we'll just go ahead and take care of that while we can. And like I told you all before, like I told you last weekend, today we have a special guest with us. She is Tejano royalty herself. She's been making a comeback as far as well, I don't say it's a comeback because she's been doing it for a long time. She's got a new song out, and we're going to be talking about it today. Her name is the one, the only Laura Linda. We're going to run a promo. She'll be on with us in just a second. All right. I think we got a little miscommunication here on this thing. Okay. So there you are. How are you doing, Miss Laura Linda?
I've been so busy.
Yes,
I've
we
been
have.
see.
And
I have been
That's
sorry about
good. Busy's good.
there we
yes,
are.
yes. I've been so busy. I just excuse me the way I look, but I don't know if you know this. I own a dance company as well, and I cater to the
Oh
South Dallas
wow.
children. Yeah, I cater to all the South Dallas children, and I've had my dance company for several years. But I had my last student, and I said, "Y'all just I got to do this interview at 8 o'clock." And so my last student just took off, probably like 3 minutes right before we connected. So
Oh
my
wow.
hair, I mean, I just threw it on and I said, let's just roll with it. I just kind of pinned my hair up and let's do this. But no, I mean it's good. We've been staying real busy by the grace of God. Great things are happening, so we're really grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, well that's great. That's great. And
That's awesome.
I'm hearing you in the background. Or actually I'm hearing myself.
It's not here. I don't think there's a fan on.
Huh.
I
You
don't
hear
think
me,
it's here.
Cam?
Oh, I can hear you perfect.
No, I was talking to Cameron.
Um,
Okay.
no, not so much.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to roll
I
with it
do
then, I
also
guess.
hear an echo and it sounds odd.
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear that.
I'm trying to work it out. I apologize louder.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Wow. Okay, she just popped off. Cameron, do you hear me?
Okay. Now I hear you. Yeah.
There we are. Okay. You doing okay? Okay. Boy, this is a little difficult, but that's all right. So you're doing good. And for those people that don't know, your mother is very, very, very big in the dance community. She's very famous. I please forgive me. I don't remember her name. I know who she is. I know she's very well known for her dancing. I just don't remember her name.
Well,
Um,
she was the queen and founder of the Ballet Folklorico of Corpus Christi. As you know,
right.
I'm originally from Corpus Christi. That's my hometown. But I've been in Dallas. I've been
Oh,
in Dallas
awesome.
many years, and so I just wanted to say that my mother, it's Dorothy Sedevera, and she's the late Dorothy, by the way. We lost her in like 2000,
Hmm.
so it's been a long time. But yes, so I took over and continued what she did, but just in Dallas and not in Corpus.
Hmm. Yeah, and so that kind of the reason I bring that up, that's also very visible in your music videos.
And yes, in the music videos.
Yes.
What was the question?
No, no. I said the reason I bring up your mom is because I can see her influence in your music videos
Oh,
because you're always with the big flowy dresses and you're always with the pose. You always do the pose, and that's
oh, you mean the voila, right?
yes, the how do
Yes,
you do?
yes. It's kind of like I mean, it's just I guess you would call it like my flamenco hand, and it just it's just something that I don't know, Indio. I've been doing it all my life, and it's just something that just comes from within. And as you know, I've been entertaining since I was 2 years old.
That's
So
beautiful.
yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And it's been I've been doing it for years. So when we perform on stage, it's just something that just kind of comes natural.
Hmm.
It just does.
Well,
Yes.
that's that just shows part of your just your talent and what it is that you it shows so very much in everything that you do. And I've seen all of your music videos and I've seen you in person and we talked and you carry on that professionalism that your mom has instilled in you in that dance culture that's always be ready, always have yourself to do. Uh, uh,
Yes.
and also you incorporate your family as well. I know your husband was in one music video and then your daughter was in the other one, and
You're
so
doing your homework. Listen to you, NDO. You are doing your homework. You've been watching all those videos. That's awesome. That really is. Just to know that you've probably watched all of them. So that makes me feel good. It really does. Thank you so much.
She
You
well, I
might be able to
do.
hear
I
me.
pay
You might be
attention
able to
to
hear
everything
me.
that's going on,
Oh, okay,
and
there she
I
is.
make it a point to try to be up on all the current events and everything else. I do know that you are up for an award.
Yes, yes, I am. I was surprised. Like my promoters, they sent it to me, and like I didn't even know. And they said, "Hey, Laura, you're up for female vocalist of the year." And I just kind of went, "Really, really? That was really soon." We just kind of, we just it was what it hasn't been. I think a couple of years, but we've been coming, as you know, really heavy and really strong. We've been putting out a lot of consistent material, and I mean, we're just beginning and we're not stopping. And then my husband's like, you need to continue putting out great quality material, and the rest is going to just all fall in place. So
Definitely.
yeah, so it's exciting. We went a different route this time with Yun Tequila. It was a general market song. It wasn't so Tejano-ish, but by the grace of God, all the Tejano stations are playing it. So
Yeah. So,
we're
what was the inspiration? Did you write that song? I don't remember seeing the credits for who wrote that song.
So that song was written by the Monterey Project in Monterrey,
Mhm.
and those guys wrote Niun Tequila, and it's also known as Si Creyes. And so, um, you know, we got a really good song from them, and our promoter, our director of public relations, which is Lee Garza, he works closely with the Monterey Project, and I was supposed to go to Monterrey to record it, and I decided that I was going to record it right here in Texas. I said I wasn't going to. I said no, I'm not going to go. I think I'll just stay and record it here. So we had to get the proper Spanish going. I had to get somebody to listen and correct me like an hour's worth of Spanish correctly. Like I needed to say every word and every phrase to the general market and to what how they accepted it versus how we accept things in Texas. So, you know,
Yeah,
I
that's
gave
one of that's one of the things about back here in Texas. We speak with a lot of colloquialisms. We don't necessarily
Yeah.
speak a fluent Tejano, or
yes.
rather fluent Spanish because of the fact that
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
going to.
it's. I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna. I have you on my speakers here in my dance studio, but
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna turn you off so that you're not echoing and I can just hear you. Hold on. Hold on. I know that sounds funny, right? Hold on.
Oh, there I am.
Okay, so that way, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I can hear you better now. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you just fine.
Yes.
Cameron, can you hear us, Cam?
Can you hear us?
You know what? I can barely make out what y'all are saying. I don't know why on my end everything sounds really staticky. I'm not sure why.
Well, maybe
Oh
it's because
wow.
you need to log out and log back in, Cameron. Why don't you go ahead and do that? We'll play a song. We're going to play the first song
Okay,
that
let
we
me
have
try
set
it
up for.
again. All
Yeah,
right.
this is Laura Linda's current hit that she's got on today. This is the song that we've been talking about for those of y'all that were paying attention to earlier. Real quick, big shout out to Juan Narvaez, Andy Bustamante, RGV, Beauty, and I mean she's somebody else, something else rather. She's if you get a chance to check out Andy Bustamante, definitely do that. Barb Cavazos, thank you so very much. Always loyal to be here. She says hi to all three of us, and then also your promoter, Rosie Rap from Rap Promotions. She's
Yes.
wonderful. Now, just a little setup on this music video. Uh, it's an interesting story. It's a storyline video. It's not just a performance, but it's a storyline video.
Uh-huh.
Who do you have the people that are in this?
So we have you know, honestly, I I didn't want to be the one to be like hugging on some man and kissing kissing another man, you know. I mean, I'm happily married to my husband
Yeah, I
and
know. I know your
you
husband.
know,
He's a good guy.
yeah, he's a good guy. Everybody knows my husband to be a very like a star, you know, guy. And you know, I'm very happy in my marriage. So I promise that and it came from me, Indio. It came from me. You know, a lot of people say, well, you know, was it him? Is he the one? I mean, he. I can't say that he would have been okay with it. I would have probably just did the video with some man and it would but I think somewhere down the line that's just not the connection I would have wanted to have, you know, with my marriage moving forward. So I decided to get a couple of models, and those models were from San Antonio. One of them
Mhm.
has like 50,000 followers, and it's La Chiquitita
Wow.
April Martinez. She's got huge, humongous following, and Elicio Leal, you know, he's also from San Antonio too, from one of the Tejano radio stations down there, and so he uh, also, you know, did the male part. He was supposed to somehow end up with me at the end, but then we changed that, and we ended up ending it the way we did. But they were two-star um, actor and actresses in the video. They did a great job.
Oh
I
yes, they
think
did.
they did an awesome job, and you know, everybody's. Gosh, I think we have like 7,200 views in like a few weeks, which is totally impressive. And, you know, we just thank the Lord for everyone's support out there. It's going so well, like I said. But, you know, again, we want to thank La Chiquitita and also Elicio for taking the time to also support the video. And they did a great job in San Antonio también when we did the video release drop. And I mean, they, you know, thumbs up. And then, of course, you've got, you know, Rockin' Rosie Rap. You know, she's been a star player in this whole how do you say, in this whole promotion.
Uh-huh.
You know, Gavino Promotions. I'm trying to make sure that I don't know what this is. Hide. Okay. Oh, Art Magana. I didn't get to read that, but I guess I'll read it in a minute.
No, well,
Um,
I was going to read it for you. He says, "Well,
okay,
Laura,
read
I
it.
hope you're well. You're well, my friend. I'm glad you to have been part of playing on your music back when I was with Kick FM, playing your music back when I was with Kick FM here in DFW. Heard your
Yes.
song? Great stuff, my friend. Art Magana from back up DFW with me listening to Kick FM back in
Awesome,
the day.
Indio.
That's really really cool. And then obviously we have Josie Samoro who's joining us as well, and
Hi, Jo.
Marina Michelle Morales, a great name. She's a great person as well. Very beautiful person inside and out. And I'm glad that she's here. Welcome back, Kim.
And we have little Andy, right? I got to meet Andy Bustamante one time at the Internet Gala. And
Right.
that was the first time I got to meet her. And she's so cute. You know, she was there with her little autograph table, signing autographs and just doing what an artist does, Ndio. And I want to send a shout out to her. She's adorable. And I again, I want to thank everybody who's watching as we speak.
Yeah, you bet. So let's just go ahead and take a listen to this. This is Laura Linda, and this is her new music video, her new song. It's called Ni Un Tequila.
¿Crees que me voy a emborrachar por alguien que no vale ni un suspiro? Se nota que muy poco me conoces. Hace tiempo que el amor que decías que me dabas ha pasado a olvidar. Y ahora pienso que no vales ni un tequila, ya que el trago que brindaba a salud de nuestro amor ya no volverá a pasar. Ya no me duele, ya por fin me he dado cuenta. Ya no hace falta que por ti me den llorar. Y si una copa llega a estar aquí en mis manos, créeme, no es por tu amor, es por otro corazón que ha llegado en tu lugar. Ya no me duele, ya por fin me he dado cuenta. Ya no hace falta que por ti me den llorar. Ya no me duele, ya por fin me he dado cuenta. Ya no hace falta que por ti me den llorar. Y si una copa llega a estar aquí en mis manos, créeme, no es por tu amor, es por otro corazón que ha llegado en tu lugar.
Anything. That's his reaction right there. So, Cam, you're back. Thank you so very much, Cam. Let me fix this real quick because
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and like Laura, like you were saying, this was it was interesting because of the fact that you had these people that were there with you, which is most awesome.
Yes.
Let me go back here. I'm sorry. There it is. Okay. So my windows are fixed up. And real quick, all the people that were jumping in real quick, I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't mention you out there earlier. We're having some technical difficulties, but we just seem to get everything squared away. We have Monica Saldivar, Gavino Perez, the main man himself, Stevie D, and the all-star cast is watching. And of course, Ruby Allison and Gavino Perez, who was posting on their Team Laura is listening.
Team Laura, yes, we're
Team
here.
Hello.
We have
Hello,
a huge,
everybody.
Ndio, we have a huge promotions team behind me, and and I'm so blessed. We've got I just value my promoters' time, and I respect and value their time in a totally different way. And I just, it they should be respected a lot more, and they should be valued for what they do for these artists. I mean, personally, I totally um I appreciate them so much that I have about 3 or 4 of them on my team.
Uh-huh.
And I think Rosie Rapp, she's like, I want to say she's the queen bee. She she kind of tells them all what to do and how to do it. But
Right.
yeah, she's my queen bee, and she's the one that gives the direction to the others. And then of course, Gavino Promotions, he's very very loyal as well. And these promoters, and then we've got also that worked on this project. We had DJ Peaches as well, and these promoters, especially Rose, they work on a daily basis, and they're on it, and they contact me 2-3 times a day. But they're definitely a great team to have, and I couldn't do it without them, I'll tell you right now.
Well, it's kind of like raising children. It takes a village sometimes. You to take care of your baby, which is the music videos and the music in itself. I've said it many a time that whenever an artist releases a song, they release part of themselves. They put a lot of themselves into the music, and so it means a lot for them, the success that the song has, because it's just
Yes,
continuing effort. And to have people behind you, as and you have some really good people. Gavino's always on top of things, and Rosie, well, Rosie's just, I mean, she's rap music, and she's got a lot of artists on her plate as well. And
yeah.
like Monica Saldivar, who just, she's also got a new song that just came out. Cameron, as a matter of fact, she's working with Jerry Alvarez, who wrote the song that Monica's at, and
Yes.
Cameron's fixing to put out a song as well, and she's understands the
Oh, hey.
value of having somebody back behind you, right, Cam?
Oh, most definitely. Most
Aw.
definitely.
Well, best wishes to
Very
you.
valuable to have people like that.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
she's I mean, like I said, it's wonderful that you are nominated, because it shows that you're being recognized. And you and I, we come back from the time when women weren't given the proper respect in the music industry, in
Right.
general. When
Yes.
we were back in the day, women were more of a novelty than anything else, even though they had just as much, if not more, talent at the time. So,
Yes.
what is it like for you to finally get back and
I need my
be to be in a situation now where you are given some credit?
Well, when I came back in Indio, it was a whole different world for me. We didn't, of course, have internet. We didn't have social media. We didn't have a see. Somebody else said something. Okay, go plug it in. You.
I'll
We
read it
didn't
out to you.
have
You
we didn't
don't
have
have to
all
do
of
it.
that. In other words, if the stations didn't want to play you, they just didn't play you. You know, and now, I mean, somebody, especially like you, Indio. I mean, you're like a master connoisseur in the industry. Everybody knows you.
Thank you.
Everybody knows you, and that's why Rosie Rapp and Gavino. They're like, you've got to do this interview, Laura. He's awesome. And I said, hey, it's on. Let's do this. I always want to do an interview with him, and but it's so different now because people like you make artists like this young lady here that's listening, and all these artists that deserve the fair opportunity that a lot of, especially females, didn't get whenever we were singing in the late 90s. So with that being said, um it's a good time for you, beautiful, to be in La Onda Tejana. It's a great time for you to be in the industry because you have, the sky is the limit for you now, versus when we were, remember, doing it several years ago. It was just a real in the box, cut dry. Okay, we play her or we don't. We play or we don't. So it's just again a great time to be back in the industry.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also I think another thing too, it's also there's a lot of more freedom than it was back in the day. Back in the day, it was very formulated. You have to sing this song, you have to look this way, you have to dress this way, you had to sound like this when you had to dance like that, when you had to do this, 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 and this. And now it's much, much more free than it
Yes.
was before.
Yes.
So that's
Absolutely.
really a plus. Now, for you, you've released this song, you're pushing it on, which is very, very good. And it's only been a little bit, Have you
Yes.
noticed, is the pace a little hectic sometimes? Because what I've noticed here recently is that songs are being released like every other month. Somebody's coming out with another song, another, is that something that you see? Are you?
You know, I will say I don't see that from the female artist. No, I haven't really seen a lot of it. I think there's several female artists that have not put anything out in a while. I mean, the key is to stay consistent. Stay consistent. And there's and it's hard to do because I mean, they have other things going in their lives. I mean, this isn't, well, I would hope that it's not their livelihood. Some of them live this to be their dream, and I'm sorry to say, but you need to have your education to fall back on, number 1. Okay? You've got to
Right.
have you have to have something to fall back on. Okay? And if you don't, then you need to revisit your priorities. And I mean, I'm just speaking the truth because I've been there and done it. When I got out in the year 2000, everybody else kept going. Okay, till this day they're still doing it, and that's great. It's not good or bad. I sometimes I ask myself, well, maybe what would have happened if I would have stayed and not gotten out. You know, but I have no regrets because I went to the university, I graduated with my bachelor's degree, I opened a dance company, I had a beautiful daughter, I have a wonderful marriage. There were just so many things that I probably wouldn't have done that I did. So now I'm coming back in and I've done everything I wanted to do, and I'm just having so much fun with it, and it's going so well. Okay, it's going so well. So, all I can say is that, we're just going to keep putting music out, keep putting videos out, staying consistent, and the rest is just, we're just going to have fun and see where it goes.
Well, I definitely know that you have different flavors that you like to put into it. Like this song is more progressive. You've got some traditional stuff, you got some slower stuff as well, which is always good to have a good variety in your catalog as far as what you play, which is definitely something that we're looking forward to. Um, and by the same token, you still remain true to the Laura Linda sound. Uh, uh, so you have your you know you have your thing, just the way you sing and your tone, your tonality, you have that, and that's definitely something that's an earmark that you should take advantage of, and a thing that you do take advantage of, rather. And it's wonderful to see, to have a brand that you can count on, that people say that's
Thank
Laura
you.
Linda. That's Laura
Thank
Linda.
you.
And I'm really glad about it. Now, when last time we talked, I don't know if you remember this, but you were getting ready to shoot your other music video, Tú eres mi hombre, yo soy tu mujer.
Oh, yes.
And we talked about that. And I'll be honest with you. You said, Lawrence, this is going to be a totally different thing for me. I'm going a different direction with this music video. It's a little risque. And I was like, no, sure, okay, you got it. But oh
It
wow.
was.
I
What did you think, Lawrence? What did you think?
was
Tell
like,
me the truth.
wow, what happened?
Now
No,
and the
no.
only reason it was so risque is because I was with my husband when it happened.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, it's not, look, it's sexy, but not dirty. And that's what we want. That's okay.
Right.
And that's definitely a plus. I think that's one of the things that nowadays uh, it takes a very strong-willed woman to not be pushed into that far edge of where they want you to be super, super uh, uh, exhibitionist almost. I mean, I know
I know.
Cameron, she did a music video not too long ago, and she was really pushed as far as her comfortable level is, and but it's good for the music industry, and I mean to set your brand. But sexy is good, dirty is not, and that's really one of the wonderful things that where we're at right now,
Oh,
where you
yeah.
demand, this is it. I don't mind being attractive, just don't treat me like I'm not a streetwalker, which is definitely the case.
Right.
Just real quick, Stevie D from the All Star Cast, he says, "Hey Cameron, Jerry wrote my duet with Shelly Lattes. Get it, Cam? Congratulations to all, especially to all of y'all, which is both you, Laura Linda, and Cameron. So that's really cool, Steve.
Hey,
Thank you very
Stevie,
much.
thanks.
So
Thank you.
let's go ahead and take a look at the music video that we've been talking about for those of you that are anticipating saying, if you haven't watched it, here it is. But I'm telling you, remember, it's a great song as well. Don't get distracted because Laura Linda's out there. And trust me, it's going to be a good one. It's a good music video. And it goes like this. This is Laura Linda with her song, Tú eres mi hombre, yo soy tu mujer, Laura Linda, Candy Cam,
Yes.
on the radio. It goes like this.
Bésame como si fuera la última vez, que solo contigo me gusta hacer el amor. Cuando siento yo tus manos recorrer mi piel, yo sé que es amor, yo sé que es amor. Tómame en tus brazos, dame lo mejor de ti. Cuando estoy contigo es cuando siento feliz. Cuando me acaricias y me entregas tu pasión, yo sé que es amor, yo sé que es amor. Quiéreme como te estoy queriendo. Bésame, hazme sentir mujer. Ámame como te estoy amando. Quiero yo contigo amanecer. Tú eres mi hombre y yo soy tu mujer. Tómame en tus brazos, dame lo mejor de ti. Cuando estoy contigo es cuando siento feliz. Cuando me acaricias y me entregas tu pasión, yo sé que es amor, yo sé que es amor. Quiéreme como te estoy queriendo. Bésame, hazme sentir mujer. Ámame como te estoy amando. Quiero yo contigo amanecer. Quiéreme como te estoy queriendo. Bésame, hazme sentir mujer. Ámame como te estoy amando. Quiero yo contigo amanecer. Tú eres mi hombre y yo soy tu mujer. Tú eres mi hombre y yo soy tu mujer.
So there was a guy that was kissing you at the end of that music video. Who could that be?
That handsome man was my husband, Lauren.
Yeah. I just wanted people to know because we had this whole conversation about no, you felt uncomfortable kissing another man, but here you are in this music video. But yes, you did kiss your husband in that music video. That handsome man there is your husband, and
Yes,
it's a
yes,
great video, and I know that you had a good
yeah,
time making it. I remember
I
there was
did.
people that showed up for it, that you invited out.
I did. I always wanted to be on a soap opera someday. I always wanted to do some acting. Of course, it hasn't happened. Of course, I mean, it's not like I went for it or anything, but I always like to do the acting in my videos. I know maybe that there are some artists that they don't like to do all the acting and all that good stuff, but I do. I mean, I like to act out the parts just like I do on stage when I'm singing. I act everything out with my hands, the gestures. It's very important. It really, really is. You've got to be able to connect with the crowd, but in a different way.
Uh-huh.
Standing up there holding a microphone and like it just. I mean, people. In my opinion, Lawrence, people want to see a show, and
Oh,
if growing up in front of a crowd, since I was 2, I mean, it's just what I know how to do, and it's just what I do, and I enjoy it. I love it, and acting is a big part. It's a huge part of being on stage. It really is.
yeah. Mhm.
So if you go back, literally, if you go back and you look at a lot of Selena's shows, she did a lot of it, and it's just, but it's not something that you teach, Lawrence. It's just something that comes from within,
Yeah.
and it's. I just feel like it's just a necessity. It's just something that you need to do. That's just me. So
Yeah, the you know, uh, part of what I asked, well, I asked like when Cam started helping me out. She's an artist, but she's also my co-host, and that's really why she's here. She's been here for a while, and the
Aw.
deal is that oh, there you are, Cam. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry,
So,
guys.
no, you're fine. You're fine. I was just saying, like
You
when I asked, do you get nervous in front of before a show? And I've been doing this for so long. I've been at this, more than 20 years. And
Mhm.
Yes.
I still get nervous. I still get nervous because it matters to me because it is a
Oh
show.
yeah,
It's a show. And that's
for
what we want.
sure.
That's what we want. We want a show. And that's real quick, Cam, before you got on, that's what Laura Linda says that she wants to put on a show. That's why she dances the way she does. That's why she's very, you know what? You are very elegant with your hand movement and where you stand, the way you stand. You're very conscious about your positioning in the scene, which is very, very admirable. Because I
Yep.
mean, there's some people out there that just stand and I've been a huge fan of David Lee Garza, but if that man has taken more than 2 steps on the stage, that's not been away from that microphone. I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
that's not something that you teach. It's something that comes naturally within, and you know the acting, singing on stage, the acting, dancing is just
Stage
it's
presence.
all. Yes. It's a little bit more than stage presence, sweetie. It's there's a lot of acting involved. There's a lot of communicating with the audience.
Yeah.
There's you again, and I was going to use this because we practice here with my band, by the way, here at the studio, and I was going to use this to do the interview because I didn't know maybe if you could hear me better, but again, it's not standing holding a microphone and singing. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being able to put on a show, and I encourage all the artists, especially all the younger artists, do something unique, do something different, incorporate that in your shows, and you will see a big difference. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've always loved the interaction that Shelly Lattice has had with the audience. She knows how to control an audience as far as to get them involved in the music, and I
Yeah.
mean, she's got a very good stage presence in the sense that she knows how to communicate emotion, not only through her music but also in the way she interacts with the art, with the audience in between songs. Because like today, you always have technical difficulties. You always got to fill time. Always a
Yes.
deal with filling time, and that's gonna
You
be
have,
one of the things.
yes, you do. You are going to have you just, again, it's all about, you know, having control on stage, within yourself, within the band, within the audience, performing with a band is completely different too. I um it's just a whole different way of entertaining, I would say. And so you have to know how to, I guess, entertain with a band. And then, of course, if you choose to not have, if you don't have a band, um, then you can I believe you can still put on a show even without a band. You just
Oh,
have to, yeah, absolutely. You can. You just have to, rehearse it and then project it on stage, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, most definitely. And that's an interesting point that you bring up, because of the fact that, yes, I do believe that you don't need a band in order, especially in today's age. I'd rather have a performer with a track and to be performing on time than to sit around 40 minutes waiting for a band to get in tuned. And
I
it can
think
be.
I saw your comment, Lawrence. I don't remember what it was, and I think there was a comment made or something about that, about having, in other words, if you don't have a band, you're not considered, you know, an actual
Right.
artist. And I think I saw your response on that. Um, and I thought that was fair. That was fair to especially a lot of the up and coming young artists that don't have bands. And I will
Right.
say, as a female, it's not easy to have a band. It's not.
Yeah.
And either A, they've got to believe in you, number one, because they spend a lot of time rehearsing with you. They have to believe in the product. They have to believe that where they're going is going to benefit them. And it's trust me, it's not easy. I mean, I've been blessed. Even when I used to perform in the 90s, I've always had a band. Always. Even today, I have, oh my gosh, some of the best musicians in the industry, I will say. And they're known, and we practice right here at my dance studio. But it's if you have a great track and you have a great voice, and you can, how to interact with the, and you're beautiful already. So, I mean, if and you know how to interact with the audience, I mean, you'll do fine. I mean, you've got to be able to start somewhere, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And just to be clear
Most
about that
definitely.
comment that I made, it's for me, it's not necessarily, I'm saying the stigma of not having a band is incorrect. It's If you have musicians, good, applaud them, because it's very difficult to be a musician, and
Yes.
to put in
Yes.
the time and put in the effort to learn an instrument and then learn it well, that they
Yes.
should be applauded and they should be paid. Their compensation should be according. However, that is not the
Yes.
true measurement of an artist that sings. That is an artist that sings. Does if
Right.
they play an instrument, they play an instrument, but that's not to diminish an artist in any way, or diminish whether it's a musician or a singer. It is just simply
Right.
that we need to get over the stigma that we expect a huge band, which is not possible in this day and age. We don't have that many people performing live. This is We're just now getting over the age of the old folk singers, from like much like it was back in the 60s and 70s and 60s and 70s, early 70s, late 60s.
Yes.
They were all folk singers and everybody just had a guitar. That was it. And
Right.
you know, this day and age, a lot of people are like that. You don't see a lot of, I mean,
Mhm.
there was the what's his name, Bad Bunny. He sold out the concerts that he had there in San Antonio. He doesn't have a
Uh-huh.
band. He sold out the whole building, the facility, and that's
That's a
thousands of
that's a
people.
really good point, Lawrence. That's a good point. That's a great point.
And so, but people, they deserve to be applauded because they are musicians and they do have that's part of been one of the things that I've done or that I'm doing right now is, I did the documentaries with, Joey Sosa, who's a drummer, who's been on over 400 albums. I've got one set up where I'm finishing up one with Johnny Martinez and his dad, Oselmo, who, he was also a great, back in the 70s, he had an orchestra, and he even had his own tour bus, back in the 70s. That was unheard of, and so I do recognize the value of them. And then I want to make sure that I cover these people that made or had a hand in music, like the musicians that you had. You have musicians that have been around in the business for a long time, and they're very, very successful in their own right, as far as, musically gifted, and you can see them because they're always with you. And, but like you said, they have to believe in the product. They have to believe in who it is that they're working with. And not everybody has that availability, but that doesn't mean it won't come. It's just that we should give everybody the opportunity. I believe music needs to be heard. That's why I listen to your music. That's why I play it. I play all of the songs because I believe they should all be heard and given the opportunity to be heard, because a lot of good music hasn't been heard and people haven't had the opportunity to fall in love with it. And that's what it means.
Well, thank you, Lawrence. Thank you so much. And that's why I say the sky is the limit. I tell you, Cameron, it's now with people like Lawrence and people with all these, and some say, oh, well, they're internet stations, they're not reporting stations. If you can make a difference, beautiful, if you can make a difference, and if one other person hears your song, or if there's just one more person that becomes your fan, that's all you need. Okay?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's all you need. So that's the way I see it. And these internet stations can make a lot of that happen. So we're very grateful.
I will tell you this in full disclosure. I am a fully accredited radio station. I have my ASCAP, I have my BMI, I have my CSEC, I have my ODEC. I have licenses. You will, if anyone on the planet outside of the continent of Russia, of Africa, and I don't know why, and the country of Russia, you will, if they listen to my radio station, to your song, you will get credit for it. It will go to your royalties. Russia, because they don't have it, and the whole country, the whole continent of Africa, I don't know why. But there is a caveat, because my soldiers, that's who I started out with, that are in the United Arab Emirates and the northeastern part or northwestern part of the continent of Africa, if they listen to on American provided internet service, it's still counted. So,
okay.
That's awesome.
So
That's
it is.
Impressive.
Well, it's expensive, but it's worth it to me because that's how we help people out the most. And so going on with that, this is one of your other videos. And I love this video because once again, your husband's in this one. And once again, you show a lot of love to your artists, to your musicians that are also with you in this one. This one is an interesting storyline that you have. And I know that it goes along with the name of the song. The song is entitled No Soy de Nadie. And you've got an attitude. You got an attitude in this one, girlfriend. I totally love it. And Cam, I want you to take a listen, watch at the end of the music video. The roses have a very good symbolism at this one thing, and it's interesting. Okay. And so it goes like this. This is Laura Linda, Yo No Soy de Nadie, and it's Laura Linda, Indio, and Candy Cam on the radio, Cuba Radio. It goes like this.
Laura Linda, ¿por qué no me quieres a mí?
No eres tú, soy yo, porque yo no soy de nadie. Puede ser que me conozcas, que me besaste alguna vez, hasta me volví volviste loca, pero yo fui quien se fue. Yo sé que la vida es corta, las palabras de papel. Yo no creo en las historias, ni me gusta el prometer. Yo no soy de nadie, nadie me puede tener. Puedo prestarte un beso y hasta mi cuerpo, pero después me iré. Yo no soy de nadie, te lo digo de una vez. Conmigo no hagas planes, yo no sé quedarme. Nadie me conoce bien, ni de ti, ni de nadie. Yo soy de las que te adoran, pero jamás te rogaré. Solamente es que me sobran muchas ganas de querer. Yo no soy de nadie, nadie me puede tener. Puedo prestarte un beso y hasta mi cuerpo, pero después me iré. Yo no soy de nadie, te lo digo de una vez. Conmigo no hagas planes, yo no sé quedarme. Nadie me conoce bien, yo soy como el viento. Casi nunca duermo, vivo el momento. No tengo tiempo que perder. Yo no soy de nadie, nadie me puede tener. Puedo prestarte un beso y hasta mi cuerpo, pero después me iré. Yo no soy de nadie, nadie me puede tener. Puedo prestarte un beso y hasta mi cuerpo, pero después me iré. Yo no soy de nadie, nadie me puede tener. Puedo prestarte un beso y hasta mi cuerpo, pero después me iré. Yo no soy de nadie, te lo digo de una vez. Conmigo no hagas planes, yo no sé quedarme. Nadie me conoce bien,
Ni de ti, ni de nadie.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome back.
Nadie.
Nobody just threw the roses like it was nobody's business. Ah,
Yeah.
only.
Yes.
A big shout out to Tino Vasquez. Thank you very much, Uncle Tino, for watching, and also Geneva Salas Monjares. There's a person who has
Hey, Geneva.
she's got the Tejano Unidas song, which is a wonderful thing. It's a rarity to have that many women participating in the song, and she was able to pull it off, and that's kudos to her. She's you know down in the RGV. Thank you, Geneva. Wonderful, and she's also on her cover. She's like very so sexy, and her man is draped all over her like a blanket. So it's definitely a good thing. So what's going on? What's new for you now that you have the music videos taken off? It's got a lot of viewership. What are you doing now? What are your plans? Where we're going to see you next?
Well, we are getting ready to go to San Antonio. It's kind of a strange thing. The Monterey Project wrote that song, and they did all the music, but Sevi Contreras did all the final mix and master. So I went in and I did vocals in San Antonio. Getting ready to go back to San Antonio to lay down 2 more songs. We're going to lay down 2 more songs. Not supposed to do 2 videos right away, but I don't like getting a song out without a video. So I'll probably end up getting, knocking 2 videos out as well. But the plan was to get the album done before the end of this year, which would mean that I would get 6 more songs out and record them. And again, I have a life outside of this. I help children and I teach them dance, and I stay very busy. So I have to see if I can make this happen as far as before the end of the year. But if not, I'm not in that big of a rush. It's okay. It's going to get done, It's going to get done when
Right.
God says it's done. It's God's timing, not mine. So,
Mhm.
that's where I'm at on that, guys. And, I, again, I'm just going to keep producing, very, very, very good music out there. Um, and just keep performing with the band. And then I guess the rest will happen. So I don't know if Lawrence, I come professionally from the country industry.
Mhm.
So we did
Oh
a country.
wow.
Yeah, yeah, it was I think the last show I did was with Tim McGraw. And it was I think right when he did Refried Dreams, he came out with that big smashing hit. But
Mhm.
yeah, so it was
Amazing.
originally country before I was Tejano, and that. And so I went to Nashville, Tennessee before the Stockyard Bullpen was one of the top three finalists when I did Fancy from Reba McEntire. But
Mhm.
I knew that I wasn't going to move to Nashville. And so they kept saying, Lauda, you're missing the boat. You need to, make that transition. So I got rid of steel guitar, the whole Texas Gold Rush, because that's the name of my band was Texas Gold Rush. And then I incorporated Tejano. So we still do a country song or two in our set, and the people really, really enjoy that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I think only you and Shelly Lattes were the ones that were doing country music at the time. And then it became popular after Emilio did his album, in country music, and so everybody else took it up. But the females were leading the way long before the men on that country side. Even though there's a lot of Tejano music that's very influenced by country, they weren't doing
Yeah.
country songs, and so it's still it's wonderful to have that to have that under your belt, as part of who you are and where you come from and stuff like that, which is awesome. It's really good, and also very good luck to you on your music, on the Tejano Music Awards and the other, all the things that you've been nominated for, which is one of the things that
Yes.
awards aren't the finality, but they do mean something, you
Well,
know.
I was blown. I was awarded the other night with the Legend Award, and I didn't see it coming. Like they took me totally by surprise. At that performance, and the band and I headlined. Of course, it's the Texas All Star Band, and we headlined that night. And then the next thing I turned around, and so the person that was the entire event comes up and says, "I have something very special for you," um, and I go with awarding you this legend because he says, Laura, he says, you are legendary. You've been in the industry, for so long. It's time. So I mean, I was said, I could not believe it. I mean, I was really, really honored to have that award. And then the next week, I think I was nominated for vocalist of the year. So win or lose, Lawrence, it doesn't matter. Win or lose, we're in the category, and to me, that's what matters, that we were even thought of. And so, win or lose, but by the grace of God, He's the one that's right on that. We'll see what happens.
Well, also your supporters and those people that are part of your big team that's behind you, they also know that they believe in you. They have the faith in you, and you're already a winner just because of the fact that they're there. The nomination is always a gift as well, but the winning is another part of it as well. But in the end, success is nothing without somebody to share it with, and those are the people that help you get to where you are right. And also,
Definitely.
considering the fact that you have
There goes.
where you when you left and then you come back, that's you're restarting your career, you know, and that's a feat in itself. Many they just keep
Huge.
plugging along, but you had to, like myself, when I stepped away from Tejano music to do corporate video and corporate work and stuff like that. I came back, and a lot of the artists that I did not know that I had to learn, they were like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I've been around for a long time, buddy." But 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 it's a difficult transition, and it's wonderful to do that. So I'm glad that you're making it back. And real quick, let me take advantage of this time to say hello to Camora. Yanni Hernandez is joining us. Hey, how you doing, Yanni? Sonia over there and Chu Hernandez as well. Chu, he says, "Hey, Cameron, you got some fans on here, Cameron. Golly, girl."
Hey, hi, Troy.
But no, it's really, really cool. Now, I wanted to share this one song to make sure that it gets in there. It's one of my favorite songs that you've done. This one is El Besito. Where is this coming from?
So El Besito was written by Beto Ramon, and
I hit the wrong button. There it is. Sorry. I was like, it took me by surprise. I was like, what?
it was produced and arranged by Sebi Contreras Slack Monster. And it was a really cool, just happy cumbia, you know, and I heard it, and I told Sebi, you know, we need to do this one. I think it's me, you know, I think we should do it. And we did. And let me tell you, it's probably one of the highest streaming songs that I have according to Rosie Rap. So
yeah, it's got a lot of range in it because of the fact that there's like a really good salsa beat in it. There's a cumbia beat in it. It crosses a lot of different boundaries and everything else, and it's kind of it's really on in your like I said, it's a signature Laura Linda song and stuff like that. And I'm glad that Cam is here with me, because I don't know if you've heard this song already, Cam, but what I love about it, it reminds me like, you know, Cameron came from a mariachi background, and her song that she's released, she's got a song coming up here recently, and you know, it's good to see that keeps going on, expressing yourself and expanding your boundaries of your personality and of your craft. Yeah. And that's
definitely.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you're doing. You know, you released this song a while back, not too long ago, but I mean, even still, it's a good song, and you know, having that willingness to I'll refer back to when I interviewed Ram said to me, he goes, you know, he's been in it for 40 plus years, and he feels like he's just now getting going. He's always pushing his voice just a little bit more, just pushing a little bit more to try to get to try to expand himself. And, you know, that's always a good thing, to grow, to learn, to try to do better. That's always an awesome thing. So this is the song. I promise now it's going to be the song. Early. This is El Besito, Laura Linda, Lawrence, Candy Cam, and Laura Linda here on Q Radio.
Qué lindo amor me ha tocado a mí, con tu cariño, y siento que baila entre las nubes cuando estoy contigo, con solo un besito que tú me das y me vuelves loca. Serán tus ojos, será tu piel los que me provocan. Será el besito por la mañana, será el besito a mediodía, será el besito ya por la tarde, los que realizan mi fantasía. Será el besito por la mañana, será el besito a mediodía, será el besito ya por la tarde, los que me dan lo que yo quería. Ay, esos besitos. Qué lindo amor me ha tocado a mí, con tu cariño, y siento que bailo entre las nubes cuando estoy contigo, con solo un besito que tú me das y me vuelves loca. Serán tus ojos, será tu piel los que me provocan. Será el besito por la mañana, será el besito a mediodía será el besito, ya por la tarde los que realizan mi fantasía. Será el besito por la mañana, será el besito a mediodía, será el besito ya por la tarde los que me da lo que yo quería. Cuando te miras me haces temblar y yo me redito y solo te vengo a confesar que te necesito. Será el besito por la mañana, será el besito a mediodía, será el besito ya por la tarde los que realizan mi fantasía. Será el besito por la mañana, será el besito a mediodía, será el besito yo por la tarde los que me da lo que yo quería. Ay, esos besitos.
Well, we're back on. That's Laura Linda and Joe Lopez there at the Tejano Music Awards. For those of y'all that are watching the picture, that's who she's sharing it with. And we were reminiscing backstage about, her, and she's evolved in her. You were a kid back then, Laura, and so
Yeah, kid. I was a kid back then, and then here we are again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See
Oh
it?
yeah, there you are.
How awesome.
Yeah. And then here's just kind of like a collage, Lawrence, of like the different Thema awards that they used to have, and Tejano Entertainment. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the Thema awards?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
the Tema de Pura Vida Awards as well.
Yes. So
I was there. I was there for all. That's how old I am, Cam. Don't look down on me. I'm old.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Maria Silva. Hello, Maria. How are you doing? And that's but
Hi.
again, like we were commenting backstage for those people that kind of caught us in the middle of our conversation. You've evolved in your you were never comfortable back then. And this is definitely who you are. And I think it's very much, it reflects on the fact that your mom was who she was. She was the very, I didn't have the picture. I didn't have the opportunity to put it up, but I did have a picture of your mom when she was in her promo dress that she had that I had of her, and that shows that, she had a big influence on you as far as, it's
huge.
yeah, it's a very purposeful stance that you take, and it's kind of an ode to your mom, I believe, and which is pretty cool.
Oh yes,
So let me ask you this: does your daughter do the dance?
she does, and she also Gianna's over there. She also is I mean, not because she's mine, but even like you, Cameron, you know it when you hear it, whether they can sing or whether they have that, and so
I hear you too.
not because she's my little girl, but she is a beautiful singer, Lawrence. So she not only can dance, also can sing. Yes.
That's
Friends in the jeans.
yeah, right. That's wonderful because of the fact that it's just something that you pass on. It's called legacy, and it's part of one of the greatest things that we have is legacy. And in talking with Rebecca Valadez, music is forever. It lives on,
Yes.
and that's one of the wonderful things there.
Yeah.
Lisa Silva, thank you very much for joining us. She says, "I'm late." You're not late. We're still talking. It's late when we say bye-bye and you get here, but it's good. How are you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. And going back to you and your daughter and your relationship, you have your husband's very, very, very much a supporter. He's promoter and manager and everything else. He's Mr. 17 hats underneath his head, on his head and stuff, helping you out. and
Yes.
it's wonderful to have that feeling. Now, what I always say, if in order for you to support your artist, your favorite artist, what you should do is, buy their music. The music is not that expensive, 99 cents. And just for full disclosure, on my radio station, I am a fully accredited radio station. And if you listen to Cuval Radio, you will see an add to cart. If you're watching it on the website, you'll see an add to cart button. You can click that add to cart button. It'll take you to Apple Music, and you can buy the song, buy the album there. I do
Yes.
not
There
make
you
any
go,
money.
guys.
I do not make any money.
Lawrence
off of
makes
that
it easy
sale.
for y'all.
Right, it's very easy. I don't make anything, but I do get a discount on my licenses because I participate in the program. But
Oh.
go buy the song and go to their shows. And you really want to help them out, buy the merch, because that goes directly to the artist. So
Yes.
with that being said, Laura, where can we get your merch?
Actually, a lot of this I mean, they're wanting to buy my purses. I have a Laura Linda purse, really pretty, guys. It's black glossy with gold lettering and with a beautiful gold chain. And they're building me a website right now, and so they're going to be able to buy all my merchandise soon. So, hopefully, that's what they're working on right now. So I don't want to say it's going to be done like in the next week or so, because then, it
Just be
may
looking
not
out.
be. But we've got several orders already from my purses. And, by the grace of God, if they haven't gone to my fan page, if they're not, they need to go to Laura Linda's fan page and share, and subscribe. I think we had like 22,000 um, views within like 4 days, which is super impressive. And by the grace of
Yeah.
God, everybody is following, and they're on board, and they're very supportive. They're supporting my music. And the Texas All Star Show Band is but a great group of guys that is also behind me. And I've also got to recognize them as well, because you know they're awesome on stage. I mean, you should have heard them the other night. I mean, you were just like, oh my God, is that my band? I mean, they're just awesome, awesome, awesome. And but yeah, so again, they're going to be able to buy my merchandise really, really soon. We've got T-shirts. I've got my Laura Linda purses. We've got koozies. I kind of, I don't know. A lot of times, I just kind of, at certain shows, I even gave my robe away, Lawrence. You know that robe that I had on for the Tu eres mi hombre, y yo
Yeah.
soy tu mujer, that red robe? Well, you know Rebecca Denise, right?
Yes, I sure do.
Rebecca, yes, Rebecca Denise was at one of my shows, and I was going to give it to one of the ladies in the audience, and I gave it to Rebecca Denise, and she put it on stage, and she modeled it, and
Uh,
she went home with my robe, that red robe that you see. So,
That's funny.
a lot
Well,
of times I like to give a few of my things away at my shows too, just because. Yeah.
yeah, and
that's sweet.
it's really good, and it's interesting that you say purses, because that's one of the things that Cam does. Is she sells purses, and she just went to an event not too long ago.
Oh,
For-
awesome!
I
I might want to
do.
buy some from her. I might want
Yeah,
to buy some from her.
well, she may be able to help
Yes,
you
and I'll
with
buy
that whole,
yours.
yeah, she'll be able to help you out with that whole thing, which is really cool. And
Aw.
for those people that didn't get the whole thing, Laura Linda, she's still in the process of getting her website finished. But if
I
you
know.
want to get some of the merch, she does have the merch. And if you want to get a hold of her, the best way to do it, go to her fan page, like and subscribe, and then you can get a hold of her through there. You'll get the information as soon as it's up. That way you can go ahead and get there. You will be at the Tejano Music Awards, correct?
As far as I know, I will be. Yes, by the grace of God, we hope to be there. And that's going to be like, I think it's after the Guadalupe Awards.
Yes.
So yes, so I know I'll be at the Guadalupe Awards, and I hope to be at the Tejano Music Awards as well. So we'll just have to see and play it by ear, because I that's 2 weekends without my girl, and
Right.
Uh,
yes,
We're trying to
I mean,
get, yeah, we're trying to get the schedule set up so that way Cam and I can go to both events. But she lives way down south. I live way up north, and it's really hard to coordinate our schedules together. But hopefully,
Yeah.
you'll see at least one of us there, and we'll say hello to you. We'll take some pictures, and that way
Hopefully so.
we can let people know what's going on.
Yeah.
And
Cameron, you're down south, beautiful. Where are you? Where are you down south? Because I'm from South
I
Texas.
am in McAllen.
Okay.
The
So
RGV.
that's
Mhm.
further. Okay. Yes. So then you're in McAllen. That's awesome. Let's see who else is from McAllen. I thought that maybe Gavino. Somebody's in the valley. That's in the valley, right?
yeah, it's in the valley.
Yes, in the valley. That's right.
Awesome.
That's
Okay.
down in the RGV is what I call it, the RGV, the Rio Grande Valley. You have, you know, like Sonia de la Paz, and
Yeah.
you have you with Jerry Alvarez, who she's working with, you know, down there. You also have Geneva's down there. Ruby Ann, she's my adopted daughter. She's yeah. Gavino says he's in Harlingen. Hey, how you doing, Gavino? That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's
You
in
know,
the
so
valley. Yeah, Gavino's in the
Cool.
valley. That's
he's
what I
in
was
the
saying.
valley,
He's in the valley. Yeah.
which is
He
really
is. So one day I need to get Gavino and Rosie, and I got to get them together. I need to bring them up to Dallas and meet with all of them. And one day I want to do that. So one day soon. But yeah. So again, I'm blessed to have such a power hit team behind me. So
yeah,
um,
and that's really a plus to have them, you know, have them help you out there and everything else. I want to share one more song with the people because you know I love playing all of your music and I want people to hear it. And
yes.
this one's the what I call the beach song. It's just because it's mostly on the beach, and this one's the Metiste, right?
The Metiste, yes. So
Yeah.
that one was produced by Brent, of course. Oh my gosh, Brando Mireles. He's another power hitter, and I got to share the stage with him back long time ago,
Mm,
back in the day. But we did get to share the stage together. But he did produce the Metiste, and he also produced Quítame ese hombre.
mm,
So yeah, a lot of people that hear it, they say, "Man, we hear that moss flavor." But yeah, I mean, he did produce that song. So and we did the video in my beautiful hometown Corpus Christi. So check out
yeah.
the beach.
Yeah, that's and you show a lot of and this is the wonderful part because you know when you're in your hometown you know all the different locations, all the great little spots,
Mhm.
not just the regular tourist spots, and you know once again you show lots of love to your band members because they're in there as well. This is Te Metiste. This is with Laura Linda. I'm Indio, Cameron, Candy Cam. You're on Q Radio. Take a listen. You're gonna love this song. I guarantee it. It's got a little moss flavor for you.
Yeah.
¿Cómo te pago todas las noches, todas las veces que me has hecho tan feliz? Tú te entregas totalmente, me demuestras que eres solo para mí. ¿Cómo te digo? ¿Cómo te explico? Que necesito estarte haciendo sonreír. No puedo ver tu carita destrozada por el llanto y la tristeza, porque me pone a sufrir. Y te metiste completamente en mi vida. No hay un momento que no esté pensando en ti. Y te metiste como el agua entre mis manos para quedarte siempre, siempre junto a mí. Y te metiste así como no queriendo. Me ilusionaste, me enamoraste y hoy soy solo para ti. Ay, amorcito, ¿dónde andas? mucha tristeza porque me pone a sufrir. Y te metiste completamente en mi vida. No hay un momento que no esté pensando en ti. Y te metiste como el agua entre mis manos para quedarte siempre, siempre junto a mí. Y te metiste así como no queriendo. Me ilusionaste, me enamoraste y hoy soy solo para ti. Y amorcito, y solo para ti, mi amor.
Thank you.
That's Corpus Christi. If y'all were watching that video, that's Laura Linda and her band, the All Star Show Band. That was
Yes.
very very cool.
Yeah.
Indio, Candy Cam, and Laura Linda back with us after that wonderful song called
Hey.
Te Metiste, Te Metiste. You know, you have some names that get my tongue all twisted, Laura. But you have to do some names. Call them peanut butter and jelly. Call it applesauce or something simple. No,
Well, I'm
it's-
glad.
She's like, I don't roll that way. I'm
You
different.
know, it's always an honor. It's always an honor, Lawrence, to video and to interview with you. And again, I know a lot of people are probably watching, and I just, again, like I always tell you, not everybody knows how to interview an artist, and not like you anyway. And it says a lot about you. There's been some interviews that I've done that I'm like, oh my gosh, when is this over? No, I'm joking. It's like, no, because then they start, I don't know. Well, I won't say anything online, but it's always a pleasure and an honor, to interview with you, and and thank you for having this beautiful young lady on listening and interacting with us as well, and I wish her all the best of luck in this world. And the sky, keep always just remember, the sky's the limit, and you're in a great place at a great time.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
And it's
I wish you the very best. You're absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Cameron.
Yes.
yeah,
And Lawrence has something where he just makes everybody feel comfortable. It's true, and you truly do care about the people that we have on.
oh yeah,
And
most
that is
definitely.
very special.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I do care about having people on. I know I've tried to get you on before. I've talked to Rosie before, and we had to reschedule a couple of times, but that didn't deter me from bringing you back because I wanted you back. And it also helps to be understanding and know life happens, and sometimes we can't just uh, we just can't make it. And that's the beautiful part of it. It just all works out. It works out. Before you hadn't released your song, and here now we have the song that we can constantly keep talking about because you have released it, and it's a wonderful song, and it's moving and shaking, and you know what, a little bit of extra attention will never hurt. It's always good attention will not hurt it in any way, shape, form, or fashion, which is awesome. So we've come to the end of the show, and thank you very much, by the way, both to you, Cameron, and to you, Laura. Thank you so very much for the kind words. I don't
You're
deserve it.
welcome.
I'm just Lawrence. I'm just some guy from Vancourt, Texas. I'm nobody special, but
No, you just know that you're always very valued, Lawrence. Very valued, and most importantly, respected in the industry. And not everybody, is treated that way, and they're not. And maybe they should be, but they're not. But just know that your hard work has paid off a great deal in the industry, and we recognize you for that. And again, congratulations on your success with everything that you have done. And just know that we know you're watching videos and you're listening, but we are also watching as artists, and and that's why I'm here to tell you what I've told you tonight. So again, you know we're honored on behalf of Laura Linda and the Texas All Star Show Band, on behalf of my powerhouse team, Rosie Rap, Gavino Promotions, DJ Peaches, everybody that's on board. We want to thank you so much for giving us this wonderful opportunity to share the spotlight with you tonight. And thank you so much, Cameron, for being also a co-host. And you've been wonderful as well. So,
Well, thank you, Laura. That's really kind of you. You're kind of, I don't know what to say. You
Kind.
threw me in a wrench here. I was like, so,
it's true. It's true. So,
thank you so
yeah.
very
And
much. I
don't
really
forget
do
to like,
appreciate that.
follow, and share. Like, follow, and share on my fan page. Okay. Share,
And
share, share with the world. Yeah.
that's really where I wanted to go back with this next. Was I wanted to give you the opportunity at the end of the show. I always give you an opportunity to share what you want to share. Say your thank you, say your shout outs, and share whatever it is that you want to say with the community. And the floor is yours. I will not interrupt. Cameron and I, we're going to pull ourselves from the video feed so that way it'll just be you. So go ahead and take advantage. And
Okay, there I am. Well, thank you so much. I thank each and every one of you for listening tonight. On behalf of Laura Linda and the Texas All Star Show Band, we thank you so much for your support with our new song Ni Un Tequila and Si Creyes. It's been doing wonderful. Thanks to you. Thanks to you out there. It's been very, very successful. We thank you for all your votings out there. Thank you for voting for me for Female Vocalist of the Year at this year's Guadalupe Awards. It's an honor and a blessing. And I also thank you for the Legend Award. That was very, very surprising for me that night. But I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, KVL. Thank you, Cameron. I'm sorry. And thank you for taking the time to interview us tonight. It's been a blessing, and we wish you a wonderful evening. If you want us to play at your next show, you know how to contact us through Lawrence or through Messenger, my fan page, Facebook, and then, of course, he has us on your banner. So, once again, good night, and we love you. Bye. Mwah.
awesome. So just real quick, just so that way you have, if in case you can't read that number, I'm going to go ahead and say it. For those that in the radio land, the booking number for Laura Linda is 469-219-9777. And it's
Yes.
on the air. We're going to leave it up. We're going to leave you with her hit song that's on the air right now, that was playing on Cuba Radio and all around the world. It's doing really, really well. Congratulations on the success of this song, Laura. I know that's going to be continued success to you. Thank you very much, Cam, for joining us. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry that we were having so many problems with it. It's probably my fault.
I'm
the way I
sorry,
said it. I
y'all.
do apologize. And thank you so very much for everybody that's listening. Just real quick, I'm going to go back over the people that I can see here. Geneva, Josie Zamora, Johnny Hernandez, Sonia, my cousin. Thank you so very much. Chewy, Maria Silva, Marisa, Gavino, Rap, Rosie as well, and Ashley Garcia. Thank you all, guys, for very much for staying with us. Thank you, Laura Linda, for a terrific show. This is your house, sweetheart. You are always welcome to come back anytime you want to. You can come back.
Thank you. Johnny, you want to say bye?
Yeah, say bye.
My little girl wants to say bye. Say hi. This actually my confidential assistant is right here. Say hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah. That's cool. I thank you very much, guys, for joining us, man. I do appreciate y'all. I really do. Hi, Mija. There she was in the music video.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Good night, and until next time.
Until next time. This is Ni Un Tequila with DJ Indio, Candy Cam, and Laura Linda. You're listening to Cuba Radio, and it goes like this.
Si crees que me voy a emborrachar por alguien que no vale ni un suspiro. Se nota que muy poco me conoces. Hace tiempo que el amor que decías que me dabas ha pasado a olvidar. Y ahora pienso que no vales ni un tequila, ya que el trago que brindaba a salud de nuestro amor ya no volverá a pasar. Ya no me duele, ya por fin me he dado cuenta